He's a big guy with an even bigger heart. His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you to say.
Whatever.
I'm a big guy with a big heart who's now on a diet to lose a bunch of weight.
Who's not?
Yeah, right after the holidays?
Yep.
Hey, 20 years ago, Shaquille O'Neal's mom called him and said this, "Son, there's going to be hundreds of kids in Georgia that are not going to have a Christmas. Do something about it." Shaquille said, "Yes, Mom.
Well, yeah.
I will." No, he was what? He played a lot of basketball back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was making a lot of money, and he made this foundation, wound up 20 years later. Every year he's been going and helping hundreds of kids have a Christmas.
I love that. And when Mama calls, you answer the call.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Here's some of the things he gave away. 1,000 PS5 consoles.
How much are those consoles? They're like $1,000 piece, $800
What would
piece?
you say, Jake?
Yeah, they can pretty much go up to $1,000.
Goodness
See?
gracious.
Yeah.
And he gave away 1,000 of them. Wow.
1,000 and 1,000 Nintendo Switches. Those are hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
Those puppies, yeah.
Wow. Shaquille O'Neal, and it's so, to me, feels like it's very under the radar. Like, I don't feel like he's out there a lot saying, look what I did, you know? Of course, people know in that area and the word gets out, but I don't feel like he struts around saying what he does.
Well, and he's done it for 20 years, and so it's like he didn't listen to Mom and go, "Okay, I did it, Mom, thanks." He, like, caught the vision, like, you're right. These kids need something. So, Shaq Claus, thank you for what you did for those kids.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Vanessa worked really hard on her wedding vows, and just a couple weeks ago, she was able to deliver those vows, of course, in person at her wedding. And yes, she did say vows to her fiance, but these vows that she worked so extra hard on were for her stepson. His name's Henry.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Oh,
Henry's,
how sweet.
I know. Henry's 9, and he stood there as best man to his dad. And she said these words, "I know I wasn't there the day you came into the world. I wasn't there for your first steps or your first words." Oh, I'm going to cry. "But I promise I will be there for many more of your firsts. I promise to love you as if you were my own. And lastly, I promise I will be the best wife for your dad and the best stepmom for you."
That is just so sweet.
Stop.
How she thought of the stepson like that. That's an important relationship.
It really is, and especially, you know, because she wasn't there the first couple of years. And I don't know how long she and her fiance, now husband, had been dating, but he's going to be a big part of her life, and his as well. And you have to make that connection. We've been down that road in our relationship. My husband, when he proposed, he said, "Can I be Taylor's daddy?"
Isn't that cool?
Right.
That is just so neat.
To remember that is a very important part of that relationship.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Let's say you're going off to Mickey D's and you want some fries. You want the biggest fries they have. What's the biggest fries they have anyway?
I think they have like a basket.
A basket?
Like a family basket or something like that.
Really? Well, if you go off to Mickey D's and you want some fries, they'll go, "Sorry, you can only get a small serving." That's it.
Like the kiddie serving or the small?
The small. The small fry, not the large. Not the gigantic basket. It's small. In Japan, at the McDonald's in Japan, because now there is a fry shortage. As a matter of fact, from what I understand, they sent 3 freighters full of potatoes to Japan so that they don't have to have that much of a shortage in potatoes to make the fries.
So people in Japan loving on some Mickey D's fries. They're good. I will say that, but I'm not a big fry person, so it wouldn't really affect me.
My wife likes the fries at Culver's.
I don't remember the fries at Culver's.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I know but I'm not a potato person.
Best fries you've had, where?
I do like the fries from Zaxby's.
Zaxby's
sorry,
fries?
sorry.
Really?
They're
'Cause
very
they're seasoned?
yes. But I'm not a fry person, so
Really?
it's kind of like I could do without them.
Ninja, favorite fry, where is it?
Okay, so I have 3. I have 3 top fries.
Look at this.
Top Chick-fil-A. Okay, Chick-fil-A fries.
The waffle fries.
Okay.
The waffle fries. 2 Wendy's.
Wendy's are
3
good.
Cookout.
Cookout, really?
Okay.
Wendy's, do you dip them in the Frosty thing? It's a Frosty. That's what it's
Yeah.
called, right?
If I'm in the mood for dessert, then yes.
You will dip the fries.
But not just for like a meal.
Okay.
Sweet potato fries. That's the way to go. Sorry.
Jake's a fry man, right? Jake?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Favorite fry, one place. Where is it?
Buffalo Wild Wing, no cap.
Really?
Yes, especially if they have ranch with it. Yeah, and it's like McDonald's fries, but they're less like greasy, so it's great.
That's amazing.
Look, I was trying to cut back. Now I'm starving.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
After hearing that there's this big fry shortage in Japan, all of a sudden Ninja, our morning show producer, goes, have you heard of the Baconator?
Oh,
What are they?
Baconator fries.
From?
Wendy's.
Okay.
You got the fries, of course. Then the melty nacho cheese with bacon crumbles on the top.
Can I tell you, I'm so glad I brought my carrots and broccoli in today.
Real.
I'm like, I want to rush out and get some of this stuff, but I can't. I got to stay so far away.
Exactly. Jeff texted and said for fries, Culver's is the way to go. They are by far the crispiest. I don't think I've ever had a Culver's fry.
They're good. You'd know. Paula's here at 800-447-7234. Okay, Paula, you want to chime in on the fries in Japan. You're on his radio.
I lived in Japan for 4 years, and McDonald's over there is by far the best McDonald's I've ever had. It's very fresh, and I don't know what it is, but the McDonald's here just doesn't stack up to the one in Japan.
How would you describe their fries?
They're just very fresh. They don't sit under a warming light or anything like that. They don't oversalt them. And I actually think the oil that they use to fry them different. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's just always fresh and hot and a lot better than here in the States.
Now, you don't sound like you're from Japan, so why were you there?
I was in the military.
Well, thank you for your service. What did you do while you were there?
I lived on almost the most northern part of the mainland, so we got a lot of snow. So we did do a lot of skiing and snowboarding and, of course, trying out local culture and the food and that sort of thing.
That sounds like a blast.
It was. I absolutely loved it.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Monday at the national championship football game for college, you're going to hear this voice.
When did I forget that you've always been the king of the world?
Natalie Grant doing the national anthem.
That's pretty awesome.
That's huge.
Yes.
That's such a big game. So many people are going to be tuning into that are college football fans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
The world stage there. And it's Georgia taking on who? I don't even know.
Here she is asking.
I'm sorry. Well,
Thanks.
So I do know that Georgia hasn't been to a national championship since 1980. And
there
they won
she goes.
over
At
Notre
least she
Dame.
knows that about the game.
Well, I do
but
have
I'm
Google.
really excited for Natalie Grant to have this cool opportunity.
Yeah, wasn't it Lauren Daigle last year? I think. But yeah, to have Natalie Grant on the world stage like that, it's very cool because what I love is that after she finishes singing and she's incredible, people are going to go, who is this Natalie Grant? People that don't know Natalie.
Yeah.
And they're going to see her story.
And she is just the sweetest. And Liz, I mean,
I forget
that voice doing the national anthem, she's going to crush it.
Oh, of course.
You know?
Yeah.
That is so great. Natalie, we're proud of you, young lady.
the hands of the king of the world.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I don't know when the last time was that you almost caught your kitchen on fire, but maybe you heard about Jennifer Garner last week. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. She's making something. I don't know what it is, but she puts this ingredient in, and the pan catches on fire.
Yeah, she flambéed it, but she almost flambéed her entire kitchen.
She got it out on time.
She did, but she was a little embarrassed because she was doing an Instagram video and she was, which she does quite a bit. She bakes, she cooks, she does crafts, and she does it all on her social media.
Oh, so she's more than just acting on the big screen.
Actually, I think she does more of this kind of thing, this social media how-to crafty. She's so engaging and friendly, like you want to be her best friend, kind of. But yeah, she almost burned the house down.
You called it a flambe?
Like she flambéed it.
What? What in the world?
Which is where you're supposed to, like a Cherry's Jubilee, you kind of catch it on
A
fire.
what?
Am I speaking? You're like,
I don't know.
So
I mean, if
Cherry's-
it's not steak and potatoes, I don't know what it is.
well, what she made, okay, I'm going to, if I
Here
can
she
say
goes.
it correctly.
Here she goes.
Beef bourguignon. That's what she was making.
Okay.
So it's, I think it's pieces of steak and onions and carrots and
So
things
you
like
have to-
this.
so-
and you put this liquid in, and
Is it supposed to catch on fire?
I don't think beef bourguignon is. Cherry's Jubilee, yes. When they bring it to,
Is that a
that's
dessert?
a dessert, yes.
Okay.
And when they bring it to your table, they'll light it on fire.
Okay.
And then when it goes out, obviously
They put
you eat
cherries
it.
on cheesecake. Do they light that on fire?
Oh, they do not. That would curdle.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
David's along with us at 800-447-7234. And
What?
David comes from a torn household. Oh, no. Yeah. Why is that, David?
I'm a huge Georgia Bulldog fan, and my wife is actually an Alabama fan. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting game on Monday.
I'm very curious. How do you navigate in your household being in two different sides of the college football spectrum?
Usually she watches it in one room and I watch it in the other.
Oh, no.
But unfortunately, I don't have any championship shirts to wear. She's got many. Her side of the closet is full of Alabama stuff, full of Alabama championship T-shirts and hats, footballs, and everything else all around the house. So I'm hoping and praying Georgia pulls it out this year. In fact, I just lost my dad a couple weeks ago, and I'm hoping that he puts in a good word for us.
Oh. Well, I'm so sorry, but it sounds like you're at peace about the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He was a wonderful guy. He was my hero, and we miss him. We miss him terribly. I miss hearing his voice and phone calls each day to check in on me and see how I'm doing and all. He left a wonderful legacy. He loved the Lord, and he loved his family, and we're looking forward to seeing him again soon, hopefully with a Georgia National Championship T-shirt on.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
April and her family, they were so excited because they were getting a brand new home. Now, April's a single mom, so she has a 13-year-old son, and they have been just planning for this home for a while through Habitat for Humanity.
Oh, nice.
But because of lumber prices are just skyrocketing, right? So they didn't know how quickly they were going to be able to get into their home. Amazingly, 12 hours, the skeleton of their home was completed.
Oh, they found the lumber. That's great.
Yeah, no. It was 3D printed.
Oh, for
They
real?
3D
Nice.
printed their home. And they say it's strong enough because I thought, well, how strong can that be? How secure can that home be? And they said it can actually withstand things like hurricanes, tornadoes, high winds, things like this. So this is going to be an awesome home for April and her son.
I didn't know a lot about 3D printers, especially making homes, but literally the 3D printer is on location.
And it's
They
huge.
make it there.
Yes.
I'm thinking a print machine like in a different room.
Well-
you hear it going, frum, 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 spitting out the paper. But no, this thing literally is a big contraption.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to explain, but it's there building the home for you or with you.
Right. And 12 hours, the skeleton, 4 weeks, the home was completed. 4 weeks.
That's great.
And I love that, she got her home through Habitat for Humanity. They sold her the home. That's what they do. They don't just give the homes. But it is at a greatly discounted price. But, this is an idea for anybody that might be thinking about building a new home.
Yeah.
Can't get the lumber.
And a big help, especially for that young lady.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Yeah, here's Nick, and he's like, oh, man, I forgot to bring my trash out. So he texts his neighbor and said, hey, listen, can you take my trash out to the road? And so his neighbor goes, where do you want me to take your trash? Because the question was, can you take my trash out? Mm-hmm. Basically, he's like, oh, where would you like me to take your trash to? Restaurant? You want me to bring it to, to all these different places? And, there was a little chuckle. And then he said all of them. So here's what his friend did, his neighbor did. He literally took the trash can and brought it to the beach, to a restaurant, to a fast food joint, all these different places, like 4, 5, 6 different places he brought it to, took the pictures, sent it to his neighbor, even a telephone booth. Believe it or not, the guy found a telephone booth.
Where?
Right?
Middle of nowhere.
Exactly. And now it's on social media, and boom. Oh, and the trash was taken.
Eventually out.
There's no trash in his trash bin anymore.
I love how committed he was to the joke, because sometimes you get a little tired. Okay, I'm done, trying to play this joke or whatever. He was fully committed.
He was in.
Yeah.
He must have had a pickup truck or something to put that big trash can in,
I wonder if he's going to call it back in the next couple of weeks for another date.
Oh, yeah, because, man, they had some kind of chemistry going on there.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So 25 years ago, a very iconic car went missing. It's the Aston Martin that was in James Bond's Goldfinger. It was also in a couple of others. I think it was in Goldeneye, No Time to Die, like a bunch of James Bond's films.
20 years ago. What'd you call it? Goldfinger? Isn't that an older movie, though?
Yeah, it's from 1964. That was the original James Bond movie that it was in.
So this car was stolen 25 years
yes,
ago.
but after it had been in all these other James Bond movies.
Oh, I didn't know it was in more than one.
Yeah, I think it was in Spectre, like one of the more recent ones.
So someone jacked it.
Yes.
All right.
25 years ago. They've been looking for it ever since then. Now, I don't know how, they've been out every day looking for clues. It probably went cold for a while. Dogs, people, looking for this thing. They found it in the Middle East. And it was like they found the car had the serial number, but it was just...
Do you have any idea where it was stolen from?
They don't even know, evidently.
They don't know where it was?
They don't know where it was. They don't know where it was, really found. It wasn't like they haven't found who stole it or anything, but the car itself was found. And they only know because of the serial
Those things are
number.
expensive. What's that, a $700,000 car?
I would say an Aston Martin's probably at least $300,000. This one, because of the notoriety that goes along with it, much, much more. But I think if you went and bought a brand new Aston Martin, at least $300,000.
Wait a minute. This is a $12 million car.
It probably
I just
is.
looked. It's $12 million.
No, it is not.
That's crazy.
Good grief.
No wonder why they wanted to steal it.
Well, sure.
It's wrong. I'm not saying it's right,
No.
but, well, I'm glad they found their car.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So they were just talking about the big top movies coming out this year.
Yeah.
Like Top Gun and the Batman, Doctor Strange, the multi-universe things coming out. I'm looking forward to that. One I think that Liz is going to really look forward to is the Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey.
It is Downton Abbey. I'm probably looking forward to that one. It's pretty good. But the one I really want to see is the first one, Top Gun.
Really?
I love that movie.
Why?
Well, I loved it, when it first came out. But a couple years ago, we went to Destin, Florida with our family, and I told my boys, I was like, okay, tonight, Top Gun's on TV. We're going to stay in. We're going to watch this movie because we're just down the street, basically, from Miramar, which is where this set.
There is a Miramar, Florida.
There is a Miramar, Florida.
It's right on the Panhandle.
That is not where Top Gun was set.
But you thought it was.
Oh, we passed the sign from Miramar, and I freaked out. I was like, oh, what? We're at Miramar? What? We have to go to the Naval Academy. We have to go. Yeah,
that's not California.
San Diego. So, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I know.
When did you figure it out? When did it come
I think Joey, who knows all things, said, I don't think so. I don't think that's where we are.
It's like it's the one in California,
Yeah.
Liz.